Makes me wonder if it even needed a pipe, cause there's one over here and there's one over there on that side.
Yes, because the problem is the water comes from the right side down to the pipe to the left. It don't go back towards the driveway. And the only way we can do it is to dig that one out and drop it down further, but I didn't want to be, a deep ditch through there. Yeah, I think this here's the same safety call we've had since last year.
Okay.
I'll look at it tomorrow, but it's like skippy. It's like them two little switches I gotta get. They might be here by Friday. The truck just sitting there. I could bring it around and get it started, but then you gotta put dash
Oh,
on
we
it.
get that new one, that's when we need to go down the road. What good is it for a spare if there's something wrong with it all the time?
It's not really all the time, it's just regular maintenance you gotta do on them. It's like I really didn't wanna put new drums and brakes on them, but, well, we never made it through DOT. 'Cause I've been running half the winter without hardly any brake. But to sit and wait for parts,
Did you hear Alan this morning tell me that Dolly's,
Yeah, I see it gone.
well, she said she had to get over for a car to go by, and she thinks a limb hit it. So I said, well, where was it at? She don't know. She can't remember. She said, it's somewhere's on her route. Well, yeah, I know that. Well, then tonight she said it was down by the Grange Hall. I went down, there's no limbs hanging over the road, enough to knock that light off. So anyways, we got Frank give me one, but it doesn't fit just right, so we duct taped it on for now.
what light is that one?
That white strobe light on top of the bus.
Oh. Yeah, there's two over on Buchanan, Soquel, Deb out there, and they're hanging right out over the road. I mean, they're about hitting the trucks. Grader, I just kind of run my blade out and go by it and.
Don't do it on a Wednesday when they have Fresh Express.
No, I know.
Get down
Yeah.
there.
Trust me, they're backed up sometimes all the way down to,
Buchanan.
Past the bridge.
yep.
It doesn't open until noon.
Yes, but they're 2 hours early.
Yeah.
2 hours?
Oh, yeah.
They're there at 8:30, 9 o'clock.
There's people there that it's like they sat there for 4 or 5 hours waiting.
Anybody can go.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's fine. Encourage it. But at 9 o'clock in the morning when it doesn't open until noon?
Yeah, there's people that will sit there.
If I was gonna do it, I would take my car over at 6 o'clock in the morning and
Park
go
it,
home
yeah.
and come back.
Show on the road. You can go home.
Yep. Of course, I was in the garage working tonight.
I was sort of glad. Open the window.
Pledge to the flag of the United States of America,
And
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
ask if you got any cinders lined up, does he?
He's trying, like he said. And try to get some from down there towards Valley Forge. But some of them that do have it, not letting anybody else get it, cause they don't have a lot. You know, they're taking it out where we dumped years ago, like cinders, and they're just selling them straight out. Like I said, that McMurray, that time McClure brought me in them cinders. We're still running into trees and rocks, and I'm glad I told him you could take your cinders and hit the road, cause
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
A second.
You got anything you wanna talk about?
Not today.
Okay.
Any more on what?
Huh?
Any more on what?
No, I asked if you had anything you wanted to add.
Oh, okay.
Talk about.
We got Ted visiting today.
Ted, you anything?
Well, I came to see how the A-team operates, and I heard about this magical pothole stuff. They have a special magical formula guaranteed, no potholes forever.
Oh,
never said not guaranteed.
Who's the expert on that? Is it-
Yeah.
cold patch and
Cold patch and
Stabilized
stabilized gravel.
gravel.
Now stabilize what he's talking
Well, where
about.
do you use that stabilizer stuff? You got any,
Most all of our intersections I wanna get done, but,
so you haven't done any yet?
Yeah.
oh yeah, I've done a
Okay.
lot of
Look,
them.
in the
Okay,
street.
where
Not
can
this
I
year.
look?
Go to Union Street, look at Path Road and Agway Road, they're right close there.
Okay, so I can check it out
Yeah,
there.
he just dropped it off today, so
How many
Yeah,
feet
what
you
you
go,
got.
100 feet back, or?
Yeah, I try to go the distance of at least the whole front end of the grader,
Yeah.
so when you're grading,
Yeah.
you don't have to sit there and keep looking and trying
Right.
to get over it, you know, out into the road.
Is this stuff kinda sticky to put down?
No, it's not really sticky to put down, you just gotta know how to put it down. It's
Yeah.
not, you just throw it down and
Yeah.
you think you're gonna smooth it off.
You can't
because it
tailgate
don't
spread
work.
it?
What's that?
Get it with a tailgate spread?
Nope.
Okay, so it is a little sticky though.
Yeah, it's
Pull
just
out.
because of the way it, I mean, it's
Right.
not sticky,
You said it's about 12% oil, then, right?
you know.
Okay.
12,
What's the
it all
percentage of
depends, I
items?
mean, I can go up to like 14%, like I
Yeah.
said, I make a little pile, I have a make a little bit, and then I get down,
How big is their machine that they make there? How big is it?
it's a big machine.
So you
Four.
go
comes in a tractor trailer.
3 or 4 ton at a time, or more?
Oh, hell no, we put a whole tractor
What's your
trailer.
minimum? They want 100 ton for a minimum bid? No?
Not if you're gonna try buying off of us,
Yeah.
we just charge you
I'm
for,
talking, you're dealing with this Midland guy, right?
No, we ain't got any bid yet.
Oh, okay, you haven't.
You get a bid from Best.
I want Vestal.
So the stuff you have got so far, where have you got it from?
We ain't got none yet.
No,
Okay, it's the
In the-
stuff that you put down on the roads already. Where did
In the
that come
past.
from?
In the past,
past?
we used Midland and Vestal
They
asphalt
both did
both.
it.
Both of them, okay,
You know,
Last year it was from Vestal.
okay.
Vestal's oil is a lot. Midland, they bring in like a cheaper oil,
Yeah, that EDP
and it
stuff.
bleeds awful. And
Yeah.
I mean, when I say it bleeds, it bleeds.
Yeah.
Well,
I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
I went with them one time when Midland brought some, and I think they had her watered down pretty good.
yeah, and
But
it just,
we pay a little more when we go with the AEP from Vestal, but
yeah,
Vestal guy told me he wanted to talk, he didn't wanna give me a price till we're talking 100 tons, so I
Yeah.
thought maybe there was a minimum. If they're gonna
Well,
show,
the more that you want, the cheaper it's gonna
Right.
be, because
well, he wouldn't give me a price under 100 ton.
They charge to the mill too,
Yeah, I
so much a
understand,
day.
I understand that.
but what you might better do is just jump on with like us. We've had other townships do
Yeah.
it where he'll make
How much
100 ton, we'll put that to the side and that's your 100 ton.
Yeah. So you got any intersections or sections that have been down for more than a year that I could look at?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They have.
Point me in the right direction,
Same
Well,
place.
Rose
Well, you ended
Road,
up here
Rose
with
Road is
Agway
some
Road,
too.
on both ends of Agway Road?
yep,
Yep.
Okay,
Rose Road,
Buchanan.
yeah, okay.
Buchanan's tar and chip.
yeah, you can, Township.
up there where we come up out of the road where our silage piles are. Remember you put
Yeah,
6
all
or
the
8
way
feet?
down,
It's-
yeah.
That all stayed, and just past there, it's all chewed up, it's all
Yeah.
gone. Actually, you have to hump and drive up on it. It hasn't moved a bit.
Yeah.
So one more question, what is the material, it has to be a certain fines to coarse ratio, does it have to be state approved?
No, I get it from over at TNT.
Yeah, and you get the ratio from them, or they judge
He
it when
just
they
knows, he just knows from us getting it every year what I want. And it's
So the
just
guy that shows
actually,
up with his mill, he doesn't ask questions, he's satisfied, he just throws it in and puts it in.
yeah, they don't have nothing to do with that, you
Well,
know.
that's not what the 80, well, Vestal told me different, but anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, we wanna go out and take a look, or they wanna go take a look, see where the sun has been down a while and see, cause we have some typical pothole issues right at the end where you're going onto a blacktop. Where
yep.
you can't get the grader in and do a good job.
We used to have that
Well, what
problem
about
all
that?
the time.
Well, that where they
so
put it, there where we went down into the field there, that's, we were chewing up the road, and they put some of that in there and took care of it. It's still there. That's been, what, 3 years ago?
And what road's
It's
that?
not long.
That's on our road right below our barn, where we turn out in the field to go to our silage piles.
Almost all of our intersections, except for a couple of them, have it in.
No places down Grover Cemetery up Owens Road,
Oh,
there's
okay.
some there.
Yeah, right there at the
Hey,
end
one
of
more,
that.
have I got time for one more question?
Yep, one more.
I was on some of your roads today, they're pretty greasy, did you put calcium or something down on some of your roads?
No, it's
They're pretty
grass.
greasy.
I pulled all the berms in and we mixed it, and I put some salt down to help
So the
kill that
salts-
grass
okay, the
off.
salts
But
will kill it, okay.
if you look at but that's the way
Yeah.
I want it to work, to
Yeah,
get in there.
yeah, I'm not criticizing,
Eat
I'm
that.
just, I was driving over your roads, I thought, something's a little different here.
No, we do it every year.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just go through, pull the edge, and it took me one day to do this whole corner up in here, and then we went down to
The salt pretty much kills the grass, and
yeah,
Makes
And
the
then-
dust, keeps the dust down.
I
Yeah.
think work, I don't know. No wonder I came to the meeting, or you guys.
I keep
Good
You're
telling
doing all
them,
kinds of stuff, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, well, I'm jotting this all down here.
I've told Ronnie and Butch, when you guys grade that mountain, they can figure out how to
Yeah.
grade it. If you guys learn, just pick up a load of salt and spread up that and back down the other side and have Jeff Secrets put water on it,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have the riffles like you do, going up over there. And
Well,
For what it
I disagree
costs.
with you, but them ripples come in there no matter what, like,
it's because, well,
See.
whatever,
Everybody gets to.
and they go around the corner, and they got it going up there, and that's bad.
but it's no different than Bragg or
Yeah.
Rose Road. And like I said, it's because
Yeah.
nobody wants to listen, so they have what they have,
I think I heard
so.
around here Butch talk about that, you mentioned to me, yeah.
It'd make a big, big difference if you had water and salt put up over there after you get done, providing they get down deep enough to get all the ridges out of there right now.
That's the key. We've got that West Virginia blacktop, FEMA calls it West Virginia blacktop. You don't go down far and you're in bedrock.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's why the stinger blades work so much nicer. You can shave a lot of that right off. Hell, I got a lot of roads because we haven't put much down lately, and I got a lot of roads are, I'm just pulling rocks out, even just pulling the edges in. But when I'm ready to grade, I mean, I bury it, and I'll have a
That's
wind.
the way the experts tell you to do it.
Yeah.
I told Butch one time I had a dream when I was a grader operator. I said I would do the most perfect job. And I thought he'd think I was picking on him. Anyway, the experts tell you, like you're saying, you gotta get down, if you can take bedrock out with them stingers, come on down and show me how to do
I've
it.
done it quite a few times. I
Might
mean,
have to
just-
buy some stinger blades when you're done, but
No,
Yeah.
I've never broke a
Yeah,
stinger blade,
no kidding.
but it takes about 2 years, maybe 3 years to wear out a blade. A lot better than them straight ones,
Oh, yeah.
because them straight ones
We
just
had
cut
a
right out.
former guy that he didn't wanna go to stingers, and
Yeah.
finally, he finally retired, we got converted to the stingers, yeah. Well, anyway, thank you for all your input, I'll let
Yeah.
you guys continue if you don't mind me, if I leave early, if you guys talk other business, I may sneak out early, but Or the real unruly crowd gets here or something.
But
Okay.
yeah, other companies, other townships have jumped on us before, and
Yeah.
when we're making this stuff, but you have to let us know ahead of time,
Oh,
'cause
yeah, I understand.
what I get made, I'm stingy about handing it out,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay. We got to do a recall on the,
Yeah, I gave him the letter.
It's the same one, I'm gonna look tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure it's the same one we had last year, and I called them, and I said, you just call me when they come in.
we didn't get a field bid, huh? No field bid.
Do you know when the last time we got fuel and how much it was a gallon?
Not too long ago,
Well, yes, I do.
you didn't fill it.
This was from the 24th, April 24th, 723.3 gallons, and it was at $3.21.
Last week I got bus fuel and it was 301, and today it was 297.
Is that off-road?
Yep.
Well, we don't ever get bids
I know.
or anything,
I
so
don't know why he wouldn't want to bid on it, or, well, they don't want to bid because they don't,
they don't
it
wanna
goes
be
up and
locked
down.
in.
Yeah. You can't blame them, but they give us,
I think we're allowed to get out and buy from them.
What's that?
Were we allowed to buy from,
Yes, because we advertised twice and we didn't get any bids.
So
I can talk to them.
so we can buy what we want to?
Yes,
I can talk to them
Ask
and
them,
see
see.
if they'd sell it to us for the same prices they're doing, because they come through every Tuesday and fill the tanks. And if they would agree to sell it to us for sell it to the township for what they're selling to the bus
What's
contractors.
this up a gallon?
$3.21.
Well, there's 20 cents a gallon roughly.
Right.
And then there's a safety and
Oh,
compliance
yeah.
fee for $7.99.
Now, I don't have that with the bus fuel, but I have it with them. WLC Energy brings my propane,
Okay.
and it's $11.90, is it $11.99?
No, this is $7.99.
Okay, well, propane must be 11, because every time I get propane, it's
It's all
$11.99.
the same.
Who does your bus fuel? Flynn?
Wells, no,
Oh, Wells.
so I'll talk to them and see if they're willing to. I've never had Frank's swears by, I mean, we haven't really had any trouble with this fuel, other than,
No, because if they're done delivering and they have extra, then they'll stop and, just fill it up. They don't specifically come here to fill our tank.
they come through here every Tuesday and fill the tanks. Now, I will say
And
that,
it's on-road diesel.
on-road, is
Mhm.
that what you get? Oh, well,
Well,
that
it's
makes a
yeah.
difference then.
Sometimes,
Well-
but then sometimes not.
Well, that makes a difference in the price then, because the off-road would be cheaper. What was
Right.
that? Was that off-road or on-road?
It doesn't say.
It should say, I think. If it's on-road, then
Okay.
that's probably a deal.
But see, sometimes they do and sometimes they don't, all
But do we
depends on
need,
what.
we can use off,
B212 or B215.
yeah, I don't know what that means.
That's what's fuel item.
We're allowed to use off-road, right, on everything?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
not.
you can use either one of them.
yeah.
I advertise for,
Off-road?
off-road.
Well, I'll tell you, a few years ago, that place over to Athens called me,
You can look
and
at
they wanted my business. I can't think what the name of the company was.
what, in Twanda?
No, they were over in Athens or Sarah. It used to be American Discount, and then they sold, God, I can't think what
Is it
the,
Flynn?
no. So anyways, I said to the guy, if I give you, cause I keep track every week, I get fuel, I keep track of, that's about the only thing I keep track of. And I said, if I give you a date, can you tell me how much your fuel was that day? And he said he would. So I went through I got my papers out and I give him 4 or 5 different dates through the year. And there wasn't hardly any difference much. Sometimes he was a little higher, sometimes he was a little lower, so it wasn't worth changing. And that could be the case here too. I mean, how do you know?
Right, and they don't wanna put bids in to be locked in.
No. The only way you gain is, and it's a pain in the ass, you gotta call them every time you need fuel. Okay, how much is this? How much is that? That's extra work too.
We had problems with Watt, before Watt bought them out, and Cause we're, like in the winter time, running out of fuel, and then I had to call them, and, well, it should have been on the it's not here, and I said, we're out, we need it. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
then now they do pretty good.
Yeah, just says
This is
D2
low sulfur
15.
is all. I don't know.
So that low sulfur is,
Off-road.
off-road.
Okay. Well, I can call them if you want me to,
You won't get it cheap, you won't get cheaper Flint, cause I priced their heating oil and it was
you're saying Flint is the cheapest then, or?
no, higher. It was $4.49. That call it WOC is $3.89.
Where do you get your fuel from?
Oh, WOC, but we have been for years, but we don't have to bid, we get a phone bid, like you would call around, but, they're probably not the best price, cause I've had to switch for my own use from WOC, but, it may pay to check around a little bit. I don't know, does Flint supply off-road diesel?
I would think so,
Probably
I
do,
think they all do.
Yeah.
I've never checked with Flynn, the guy's been there a couple times at the farm,
Flint's pretty aggressive, so they might.
They probably go both ways.
so the only way you can really tell,
They charge
This-
you two different prices for propane. What I use at the barn is $259.69 and charge for something at the house.
wow, we're locked in at 244, until this next year. Because Wade Graham and Wader and Dave and Cindy and I, and the bus garage and my dad, all 5 of us together,
Mhm.
but they don't bring it all at the same time. They never stop at both places, they never stop, they only stop at one place and then they're gone.
Where do you get it from?
WOC,
Oh, yeah.
because the price was going up like 50 cents a gallon, I said, well, just forget it, I'll get it somewhere else. Well, then they came down 10 cents.
Did you have to prepay on that?
No, you can and you save more money, but I don't know if it's worth.
I prepaid one year for my house and the price went down and they didn't wanna do anything for me, so I switched to Flint.
Well, he has a gas line
Oh, yeah.
all set up there. I
You can
mean,
tap
all you
right
have
in
to
there.
do is dig down, find
Right
it,
in
drill
there.
into it,
Yeah.
tap it, and run it right to your house.
Who's,
Huh?
you mean up to my place? Yeah, the gas line stops at the White House on top of the hill, and they wanted $35,000 to run it a mile.
Well,
You know what the lady told me? That it was a huge expense to cross the road. I said, no, it's not. You just tell me when you wanna go across and I'll make sure the ditch is dug. Well, there's other expenses too. She said, that's only $8,000 a household or something, and I said, I'm not paying that. I can buy a lot of propane for
If
$8,000.
it's to the house, you can run it
It's
from
at
anywhere.
the, well,
from
no,
there.
it's at the White House, but then it stops right there at the driveway. They were gonna come back through the next year, and that was 1989, and run it clear to past the church. But they never come back, and they don't, you'd think they,
You guys don't have Tennessee gas up there?
Mm-mm.
How come they missed you? They went right by over to Canton years ago.
they come up McFadden Road in 1989, and they wanted to go straight through Minnequaw Road to,
Okay.
Alba. And George Seeley told them that they could go across his property, but he'd never hooked to it. And Louis Akankora said, step foot on my property and I'll sue you.
Yeah.
So they came to us, they wanted to come over our way and all the way through our road and hook into the line that come out of Alba. But they only wanted to go as far as our farm, and then they were coming back the next year to go the rest of the way, and they never came back. Yeah, that's the way to go, natural gas, I think, but especially when my royalty checks are going
New
down.
business, FCCD rates.
Yes, you have a packet they sent, updated. It really doesn't matter, I mean, they have a tier system of how much it's gonna be, depending on the amount for money markets. Cause right now we,
They get anywhere near 5%?
4.797%. Which liquid fuels and impact fund would be transferred over, which I can just call Janet and say to open money markets, and then we can have the signature page and transfer everything from Citizens to Northern. But the CDs, they did not give me any CD rates. Because the 2 CDs aren't, due yet. They wanna say the one's due next year and then the other one's the year after that. I mean, I can get CD rates to see what they were, and they can calculate how much interest that the money that's in there now would give us, whether the penalty would be worthwhile. But they said that we could leave the CDs until they come due. They just want our depositors' accounts right now.
So at this one here, this impact only has 34,000.
Yep.
Do we know how much we're getting this year yet?
Mm-mm. Not yet.
They just get around to get us a couple more wells around here and be better.
So, you gonna go with this remote deposit?
I got enough things hooked to my computer right now. That'd probably be convenient at some point.
That's what you have to do with something hooked to that.
Yes.
Okay.
I like going to the bank.
A little more personable.
Because not a lot of people go to the bank anymore.
Well, keep tellers in a job. I mean, for as many checks as we get, it's really not a big deal. I mean, if we were like 10 checks a week, then I would be, yeah, but we're lucky if we get 10 checks a month.
What do you usually do with the sender money? You just put that in?
Well, I wouldn't be able to scan it in. I deposit it. I
Yeah.
would have to go to the bank for
Oh, you
cash.
do it.
Yeah.
Last time was the most we've ever made.
I know, right?
How much?
$29.
Wow.
There was a $20 bill there. I'm like,
Yeah.
somebody that thinks
Cost
they
that
can
much to go
get
to the bank.
change.
Yeah.
They wanted change. But since they're just straight money market, I can have Janet make up the money market funds and then I can have them for next week. Or you guys can stop in, depending on what you need. If I can get them for next week, then we'll do them. And then that's just changing from Citizens in Northern to First Citizens.
What's this dust control over here at?
Mrs. O'Gara,
It's Jersey people.
Mrs. O'Gara.
What's more?
Well, she wants to be put on the list to purchase extra dust control oil when we get around to it. But she also said because it's very dusty because there's no speed limit signs on Road Road.
They don't read
Yeah,
them anyway.
seen it, no, or they'll steal them.
I don't see
Yeah.
how anybody travel that fast.
No,
Not going up that
I've
hill.
been up and down. To
But
They,
the school bus every day and
So there's speed limit
next thing you have
signs?
one car, you meet a car.
Right.
you know, sometimes, like first thing early in the morning, you'll see people out of Shump shooting across there. But other than that, during the daytime, yes, there's traffic, but I've never seen anybody hauling the mail, but they're from Jersey.
Right.
So you gotta remember that, and they're the ones that wanted us, right after they moved up, wanted us to blacktop that whole road, and it's like, that'll never happen. What do you mean? Everything in Jersey is. I said, we'll move back to Jersey.
So there are
Not
speed limit
blacktop.
signs on Road Road?
No.
No?
They don't do no good. They're people just steal them.
They don't do any good on our road when they're there.
Right. That's what I say. Either they'll run them over, shoot them, or they load them up and take them. Because we just had one when we did Van Dyke Road. Somebody stole right out in front of Matthews's. Somebody stole our sign and
Speed
everything.
limit?
Huh?
With a speed limit sign?
No, it was one of our work area signs.
Oh,
And it's like, it's happened before while we're working right on the road. Kids go by and get laughing, and I think, I wonder what they're laughing about. And then you get out there and I know what they were laughing about. It's already too late.
what you got in correspondence?
Yearly maintenance for traffic signals? Should we fill that out?
We don't have that.
Just like the one PA one called below me.
Canton Rural.
We don't have anything there either.
What are we gonna do about this gravel so I can start, are we gonna do anything or for the stable and?
Oh,
As soon as you get prices, nobody's giving us a price. I got stone price, but I don't have.
Yeah, you ain't got no oil price, that's what I keep telling guys, that I can't do nothing without having nothing. I thought maybe Darren never got, you ever talked?
No, I've talked to him, he didn't, he said I'll send it to the secretary.
nope.
What did you say your price was for 1B, remember?
22 or 1990,
22 something, wasn't it?
yeah, it was 22 something.
And yeah,
And main ice skid was 1990. And then,
I got the 1175 for TNT, right?
yeah,
Where is that Prairie? TNT.
Roseville.
Roseville.
Oh, Rose. Well, they can still, you can still get it from them cheaper than any place else, local.
Yeah, that is not state certified over there, that,
Oh, I know that, but we don't worry about states or, we don't get that much liquid fuel.
So you figure the 1B 60%, 60%?
60-40, yeah.
Okay.
60 on the 1B and 40 on main ice skid.
60.
We used to go 70-30 and last year, for some reason, Kayla said we switched it, but she has the iPad at his house, so I can't never look and, cause I said, are you sure? But I said, I've always ran at 70-30. But it was something about the fines that I went up a little, it worked good. I went up a little and then cut the oil back.
So I gotta figure it costs us 10,400 just for stone for the coal patch. And for the stabilized gravel, $5,875 for that. That's just for stone.
Yeah, I did all that figuring this
That's
morning.
all.
And that's for, what, the 500 ton of coal patch
Yeah,
and,
500 ton each one.
And the 1Bs and I skid comes out of State College.
oh, State College.
We tried other ones and they're just not as good as the stone.
Well, the stone will stick to that oil.
Puts forward, no, use this, use that, and then
Because they test
junk.
it.
Huh?
They test it, right?
Yeah, it's tested.
Yeah, it's tested, but testing it for the cheapest side to fall apart.
I'm allowed to question because they don't question and get burned.
Oh, yeah.
Insurance guy called me back this afternoon while I was on the bus and said he doesn't have everything ready.
Great,
And I told him we have a meeting next Monday.
yeah. And he has a question in an email and I said, you didn't have to hurry.
He called and wanted to know about the fire, how they determined started. And I said, well, I guess it was electrical or it was a truck, one or the other. I don't know. And he said, well, nobody was burning trash and set it on fire. And I said, no, it wasn't that.
We never got a report or anything from the arson investigation from state police. Nothing. And we never got a determination from selective either.
Yeah, it's like our garbage can, fire went right up over it, but they wouldn't listen to me, and we had that diesel fuel treatment there, well, the heat just let it melt down, and that's why it shot and went at the angle that it did, is the heat, from the truck. But they went to school for it, so they know more than me.
Well, she was a little rough too.
The truck certainly started to tell this way to look at the truck.
You think it started in the truck?
Yep, I do. And I've told everybody, I think it started right now, because he had so much shit hooked up in that truck that I just think something shorted out, because if it started over here, why did it go directly over top of the truck? Oh, let's burn this here down. It went up, not down.
Well, I agreed with the fire marshal. I think it started in that light switch, because it burnt right up across the wall, and then it probably burned across the ceiling, because all that was that chipboard, and then it started the truck on fire.
And the light fixture dropped on the truck and burned the truck up.
That's my theory, but I don't
I know they,
No official determination.
know, so.
no, they said it was, they couldn't figure it out.
Now, this guy was up to the garage last week and asked me a few questions about stuff, and he says that they represent Selective too. And if Selective ends up being the better choice, that we can change our broker to him, because I'm not real happy with the way things went with Older Troy. First of all, he said he'll be here every year when it renews. Yeah, I said they used to come every year too, but we haven't seen them in 3 years. And then they came and they lowered the amount of insurance on the building. Why would you do that when it costs more money to rebuild it?
Yeah, it should have had replacement.
Anyways, I asked the guy,
Well,
I
it
said,
did have replacement value on it, but everything was so inflated because they couldn't get the stuff. Remember when we sat in February of how much that Rich said that things were gonna cost, like around $300 some thousand, and it was $7 by the time it was done? And it was just because of supply chain issues and material.
I thought replacement cost, man.
So I told him, I said, if you're gonna sell a replacement cost, then by God, you better replace the building. It better not cost anything. That's the way I look at it.
Yep.
Well, anyways, he said that his name is Caleb Sheldon, and his dad has funeral home.
So you guys don't ever have people complain, come to your meeting and pound on the desk and complain?
No, just this guy over here.
Yeah.
He was here a couple months ago, but we got him all calmed down, and he's happy as anything now, right?
Must have gave a sedative back there, so.
I'd use one every once in a while.
Did you get your bushes yet?
No, the two places that I contacted locally still don't have them. So I just am waiting until everybody.
Too early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, everybody's just getting everything in.
Yeah, we
So-
started on Glory Barn today, ripping them out. And we're gonna try to keep Valley in the morning. We're gonna go up at 5.
Oh,
and
okay.
Where you ripping out?
all them potholes laying down that geo.
We'll hear about it.
Huh?
We'll hear about it, won't we, Gary?
Yeah.
Shouldn't. I got trucks coming in tomorrow, cause I know it's gonna settle a little, but shouldn't settle that much because we, got it all packed in, like grading it and rolling
So you
it.
put the geo down today,
Mm-hmm.
now you're gonna gravel the top.
Yeah, well, I got 2 more spots up there I gotta do. Cause if I would've tried to do the whole thing, it was like 600 and some feet, so I'm just figuring out spots where it does it the most. And what gets me? I'm glad we did bring this up, but you know how Spolar come in and we oiled that and ground that and everything?
All of the re-depth reclamation, blah,
reclamation.
blah.
There's no oil. Like I told Kale, where did the oil go? We went right down to the force, and there's no oil. And like I said, was he bullshitting us and just pulling the truck around and forgot to open the valve?
Oil don't last forever, Bob.
When and a depth reception like that, it's supposed to.
Well, I think, I'd say every 7 or 8 years to redo it.
And
It's been about that long.
Yeah, probably about that long. But now, come on, it should have seen something.
He's your buddy anyways,
Cause that's, when I did that, I worked up until 1 o'clock that morning grading. Cause I was behind the machine and we were grading that.
Is he still working for Midland?
But yeah, we got all the sweeping done on this side. Got started over there and told Kale we get this done, I'm gonna go to Sunset before it's time to start grading. Do over there and by Sam Schwartz.
You're gonna
Yeah,
have,
it is rough there, isn't it?
It's just,
you're still gonna bring more gravel out here?
oh yeah, cause if we sat and wait for them to like go like tomorrow
How many
morning to
today?
bring me a
4?
load, huh?
You have 4 trucks today or 5?
5. And like I said, if I gotta sit there for 2.5, 3 hours waiting for them, we ain't gonna get nothing done. So I figured if it's here, I can have them bring like the first load in and tell them come here, get it loaded, and I can get the roads, done a lot faster.
They really don't, I don't think it really costs any more than trucking, because
No, it's not.
it's the same, I
Right.
mean, whether you haul it from there to the site, or you haul it here, then haul it out.
It would
Dump it
cost us more because we're just sitting there waiting, you know what I mean? And that's what we always had the problem over the many years, that's why we tried to keep some up back, so they could go in there and load up, so I
Well,
didn't
we're
have to
lucky we
wait
got
for.
this extra ground down. That looks nice too. We own on the other side of the fence?
No, that's,
The
the
Boy
guy
Scouts.
that's Boy Scouts.
Oh, okay.
But Jimmy Wright was complaining about, the water, so I had Kale go up that driveway and check. And we got everything to go directly down that ditch now. We got seed on it and
So where does it go to when it gets down to the bottom? Is there
right
a
over
pipe underneath the
the,
road?
no, it goes right over to, his pipe goes, and I think the road
Grant
pipe
here?
is right there, yeah.
Along the edge of the road, doesn't it? On this side of the road?
Then how's it get out of there?
Goes underneath the state road,
Well, there's a pipe on the state road.
Well, it looks nice. I'll say that.
But yeah, and it seems to be doing, at least the whole thing's not wet now, Hopefully it stays that way, cause you try to take it, like, well, great, Kale, when he was going through there, he sunk right out of sight, trying to get off, cause that muddy over there. So now to be able to be taken care of, and that's what Jimmy wanted to do is, but to get the water from Grant here, keep it from going to,
Do they still own that right there?
yeah.
Wonder who lives there.
I don't know. Anybody?
Yeah, there's somebody living there, but I don't know who it is. Jimmy wants to buy it all, but they won't sell
I doubt they'll ever sell
it, That's what they
I don't
told
think the
him.
boys
What's he
don't
building
know.
anyhow? What's he gonna do with that bridge up there?
it. I don't know. Is he gonna have parties?
No, it's for the horses to go back and forth,
Well,
but,
you got, I can't get up in that bridge without some
yeah,
dirt up against the abutment.
Election gonna be here, or,
I guess, is that, you mean in this building?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we did it over there one time just for people to see the building. I don't know if anybody really said a whole lot. Yeah, there's a lot more room over there, but it's more work too.
yeah, taking the tables and stuff. Alright, I wanna make sure it's clean.
So hopefully tomorrow we'll have Glory Barn be done, we'll be over on Sunset. Get that done, like I told Kale, I got 2 rolls of it, and I said, when that's gone, I just want to see how this is gonna work. Now, I did a bottom Glory Barn years ago, remember how it used to always get them potholes? Never had a problem there,
That's what we did that dirt and gravel road.
yeah. But we didn't put that down in the ground, we just went over it, cause that's what they suggested. But, and then I caught it 2 years ago and ripped it here and there, and
I keep track of you, your grandson up the grocery store.
Yeah, I heard about that,
All good?
He was great there.
Till next week?
Guess so, meeting adjourned, I guess so.
It's in Eugene?
Alright.
Next time.
Run this.
yeah, I'll check
I call him the
the,
boss.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, here comes the boss.
I'm pretty sure it's
He
the
does a very
same
good job.
thing with the wind.
I
That
think
very
he has
knowledgeable.
good
Come
reports.
flying off
He's
on
very
down the
good
road.
with the people and everything.
The last pickup,
I didn't have no clue who he was.
that
That's why I
had
asked
something to
him.
do with emergency brake.
You got curious, yeah.
Every
Are you
time
from
you
around
call
here?
them,
He goes,
no
"You know
back order.
Ted Thompson?" I go,
Oh,
oh, yeah.
no, customer ever did
He's my
it.
grandpa.